for today. We'll see mainly sunny skies, and it will be hot. We'll see an afternoon high around 96. Tonight, mostly clear and mild with a low around 71. And tomorrow, we'll see more sunshine and another hot afternoon with a high again around 96. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Hay season is a race against time. Win that race with an all-new 1 Series round baler from Landmark Implement. The all-new John Deere 1 Series round baler is a revolutionary leap in baler technology that captures near real-time moisture and weight data that can be analyzed through Operations Center to improve your bale quality and farm efficiency. Are you ready to upgrade your hay equipment? Contact your local Landmark location for full details on the new 1 Series round baler and experience the Landmark difference.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through July 28th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce New York strips for $7.99 each. All natural thick-cut bone-in pork chops for $1.99 per pound. Fairway's fresh ground pork sausage for $2.99 per pound. And Michelob Ultra 24 packs for just $16.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and maybe the biggest savings in the Midwest are happening right now at Koppel. When you buy a new GMC or Chevrolet anywhere else, you might be paying too much. But right now, we're going to give you over $10,000 off list or 1.9% APR on select new Chevrolets or GMCs. So please give us a shot before you buy anywhere else. Please stop in the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Must trade and finance with approved credit.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
Damn! Oh! Kev, you ready?
That's the real deal. The real deal. No clicky for Stricky.
No clicky for Stricky. Pop it and lock it. Yay!
Little click there at the end, but it's all good. Kevin Meyer, Myers Cork and Bottle, welcome in. How are you?
Gentlemen, I'm doing just fine. How are you today?
Great.
Just the three of
Better
us.
now.
That means larger portions for us.
Heck yes, it does. Hey, how was vacation?
It was nice. It was nice. My son and his wife got to go, and so got to spend some quality time with them, and did a little hiking, some fly fishing, caught a few trout, and then stopped in Cheyenne Frontier Days on our way out, and saw a band called the Red Clay Strays, which are kind of an up and coming. They're kind of a Southern rock, Americana, country-ish sort of thing. Really talented dudes. And then another band called Turnpike Troubadours. And I've seen them before, and they've been around for a little while. And it was an interesting experience. I've never seen so many cowboy hats in my life. We were in cowboy country, and it was fun. And man, they do it up. Let me tell you. I mean, this deal goes on for like 10 straight days, and they got something going from 10 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the morning every day, all over town. And it was pretty cool. I'd never been.
Did it inspire you to get into ranching on the side?
No, I'm a gentleman farmer, but no ranching. That is a it's kind of one of those things that all of your assets get tied up into those animals, and then the only time you make any money is if you die. So, and then it's not yours anymore anyway. So, but I've got a lot of respect for those guys, and but not my bag.
Not even cowboy hat?
I'm not a cowboy hat guy.
Not even in the environment in the moment, and like steal one from someone, wear it, and give it back at the end of the night.
And they had like a stand where you could buy a cowboy hat, and they would actually steam it and shape it however you wanted it right there. It was cool, and so I thought about it, but I'm like, I don't want to be a poser either.
I can't picture you as a 10-gallon hat guy, but like a 5-gallon hat, I could see pulling off for a night.
I do have like a hat it's not a cowboy hat, but it is a full brimmed hat like I wear when I'm fly fishing, just, to keep the sun off a little bit, because, when you're at 8,000 feet, that UV index comes, even if it's not that warm, you get lit up pretty quick. So I've got one of those, but just not really a cowboy hat guy. I like them on other people. I feel the same way about cowboy hats as I do about like cool old cars and motorcycles and stuff like that. I really like yours, but I don't like it for myself.
I like that. I promise we'll get to the booze here in a second, but common fly fishing misconceptions for those who might not know much about fly fishing.
Well, let's see. Misconceptions. Well, let me tell you, I don't know what's a misconception and what's not, but what I will say is that it does make it more difficult. There is a higher degree of difficulty. You have to have some clearance behind you, because when you draw the rod back, that line gets behind you, and it's so easy to get tangled up. And if there's a way you'll get tangled up, you will. And then if it also, to me, it's the purest way to do it, because you have this little hook with a bunch of string, maybe some feathers on it, and it's designed to look like a bug. And it's your job to make that bug actually act like a real bug on the end of a big stick with a big long piece of plastic line. And that's a challenge in and of itself. And so to me, though, it's a very Zen-like experience, because number one, trout hang out in some very cool places, nature-wise. And you find a rhythm when you're drawing that thing back and forth. And
when you're doing it like that, it's a rhythm to it.
There was definitely a rhythm to it. And it's one of those things too, that less is more. So the harder you try to throw it, the less success you're going to have. Almost like swinging a golf club, where you just let that club do the work, let the hands go, and that ball takes off and it's effortless. A fly fishing cast is very, very similar to that. So you slow it down, your heart rate slows, and you're just admiring the scenery and the beauty. And then when you catch a fish, it's a bonus. So and everything feels big on a fly rod. So it could be a little 1 pounder, it could be a 3 pounder, and they all feel like they're 10 or 12. So it's part of the fun.
Hey, thanks for Fly Fishing 101.
Hey,
what level of class are we on for alcohol class?
For alcohol class, I would say, we're like level 9 today, because we're doing something completely different that we've never done before.
Is it getting past, Ricky?
It's getting past. I think we're going to do that first.
It's going to get past.
Okay.
Sharing with my boy.
This is a mead, and a mead by definition is a wine made from honey. And
whoa! Wine in a little plastic cup.
Wine in a little plastic cup.
Ooh.
It also comes in a can. You can, of course, drink it out.
Is it an IPA?
No, it's actually a wine.
Smells like an IPA.
Really. This is a blueberry lemon mead from a winery called B
Oh
Nectar.
my God.
And this
Oh my God.
is going to come in
Talk to me.
6.1. So like some of those can
Uncle Kevin, this is a patio powder that'll put you on your back.
Yes, I believe it would.
Yeah.
It's my first time trying it. I haven't tried a ton of mead in my day, but as we were talking off the air, it comes from medieval times, and they would essentially ferment the honey and make a wine out of it. So taste it. Let me know.
This is A1.
What do you get first, Stricky?
For me, I get the kind of is it a blueberry or?
Yeah. Well, this is a blueberry lemon mead.
So I get a blueberry with just a subtle, just smoothness that hits the back of
That's
the palate.
the honey.
And then, right.
Yeah.
And then it's like a little bit of hint of not the overwhelming lemonade, the tartness of it, just a little pop.
Just a little a little compliment that blueberry, just a little pop.
Uncle Kevin's on fire. This is a great pull.
Kevin, you're the expert. What do you pick up on?
I totally agree with Stricky. The blueberry also shows up more on the finish too.
Yeah.
So a little bit of blueberry up front, more on the finish, but you're right, that smoothness, that sort of just, it almost has like a kind of a slick quality. And
it's a transition, like it's on a bridge.
Yeah.
So it's like the thing that pops in my head, oompa doompa loopa dee doo. I'm gonna transfer this blueberry to you. That's what it feels like. It feels like Oompa Loompas.
And then, but the honey shows up on the back end too.
Yeah, it's smooth, man.
I feel like it even just like runs and flows a little heavy as well. Like not super viscous, but slightly, just like the way it moves.
Yeah, it has that richness to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I felt like I was crossing over in Candyland to the Oompa Land.
Right, but it's not terribly sweet.
No,
like, not cloyingly sweet.
No,
not like I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it has some sweetness to it.
Yeah, man.
But just a kind of a different drink altogether, and that's why I brought it.
I tried to smell it first. That's what you do with the wine, right? You swill it, you smell it a little bit.
Right.
I can't tell what I smell. Like I get a little blueberry, a little honey, but
the nose is really subtle.
Yeah, but I don't say it's something like burnt, but I was like wood, natural something on my nose, like maybe the honeycomb got burnt a little bit, and that's there. I don't know how they make mead, and maybe I'm just imagining it because I have a bad nose. I don't know.
I don't think honey is the most aromatic thing to begin with. It's something that more shows up in the palate. And so it's just not going to hit your olfactory senses in the same way that, a wine would or a beer would. But it's certainly got plenty of flavor, and it's just, and it's slightly effervescent too, which kind of surprised me a little bit. Just a little bit of tingle in there too.
This is incredible. Remind us what it is, where it's from, that sort of thing.
This is called Bee Nectar New Wave Lemonade Mead with blueberry and lemon. Bee Nectar is a meadery out of Michigan, and comes in at 6.1%. We have these singled out. I think you can get a 12-ounce can. I want to say they're about $6, $7, right around there. Yeah.
Worth. You did say meadery, and I was about to say it's called a butchery, and I remember we were talking about mead, not meat.
Yes.
Meatery.
Yeah.
Meadery.
Uh-huh. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Thank you. So mead is a wine. You have another wine to bring us. 10, 15, 20 still going on?
10, 15, 20 is still going on.
No past the Dutchie.
Stricky, please. Stricky, please. My guy.
All right.
So what that means is mix and match any 3 regularly priced wines in the shop, save 10%. Any mix and match any 6, save 15% or 20% on a dozen. And that goes through Sunday is the last day for that.
Hey, get there. All right. What we got?
Okay. So since we're in Big Ten Media Days, I have a new wine, believe it or not. It's called Big Red Monster.
Hello.
And it's a Zinfandel. And I'm trying not to drink drink the Kool-Aid. But every year I get sucked in, and it's just the way that it has to go, because I'm a lifelong Husker fan. I'm a lifelong Nebraskan. And so this is called Big Red Monster. It is a Zinfandel. out of Paso Robles, which is Central Coast, California. That's kind of like the Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo area. The grape was brought over by Italians in the 1800s. In Italy, they call it Primitivo, but Zinfandel is what we call it here. And it's one of the few grape varietals that continues to get better the older the vine gets. So these are made from grapevines that are in excess of 100 years old. Ooh. And it's a big red monster. I mean, they come in, at usually 5%. This one's 15 even. They also put a little bit of Petit Syrah and a little bit of another grape called Tannat, which you don't see very often. But
when do you see Tannat?
Tannat
very often, obviously.
Tannat very often, yeah. I was gonna like Tannat or to be or not to be.
Tonight.
Yeah. But it's a grape that is very tannic. Tannin comes from the grape skins, and also most notably where the stem meets the fruit is what's called the pip. And the pip has a lot of tannin in it. And so
that's a strict pick. I'm sorry, Kevin.
No, you're good, man. You're the best hype man there is. And so it gives the wine some ageability, it gives it some structure, but it's not a grape that you want to be your front man because it can be a little bit bitter. So you want it to be your sort of your backup plan. And Zinfandel can be very, very ripe, almost to the point where it's almost too fruity. So you bring that Tannat in to kind of balance that out. And then the great thing about a good old vine Zin is that it goes really, really well with spicy food. So I love it with barbecue. When you have that smoky meat and then you have a really good barbecue sauce, it has some molasses in it. It has some brown sugar in it. So it's got a little bit of sweetness, but then it's got the pepper. And so it, has a little kick on the back end. Zinfandel is very similar to that. So it pairs really nicely with that. I also really like it with Indian food, which is kind of a weird thing. But all that curry it's not really hot per se, but it's really, really flavorful. So it's hard to find a wine that goes well with that. And it's a good Zin is a great pairing with curry.
Stricky, you're Mr. Red. Why is it a Strix pick? What do you like about it?
It's it does. It has a nice, you definitely can tell the peppery. I can definitely understand where you would eat a nice steak with this and how that would complement itself. I'm trying to see if it would enhance the fiery taste of something spicy, or make it a little bit more spicy, or if it would kind of drown it out.
I think the fruitiness sort of gives you that yin and yang sort of thing. But it's also a very flavorful wine, and so you pair it with flavorful food, because sometimes if you're eating something that has a lot of flavor, you're drinking wine, but you can't really taste it because the food kind of drowns it out.
Yeah.
And so in a pairing, ideally you want the body of the wine to match the body of the food. And that's why I say it's a great pairing with stuff like curry or, a spicy barbecue type thing.
Big Red Monster makes sense to me because I think this is like the quintessential red just done up a little bit, right? You said with the Tannat in there a little bit as well, but like it's deep, it's dark, it's smoky, it's spicy,
and kind of jammy too at the same time.
Yeah.
This
is like the quintessential red, I think, that we've had in a while.
I think so. I would have to agree with you, Austin. I think so too.
So Big Red Monster, yeah.
Very nice. How many Big Red Monster wins are the Huskers getting this year, Uncle Kev? After media days, how hyped up are you?
I'm still tempering my expectations. I'm going to say we're an 8-14 this year.
All right, that's the first run. We'll let that take age in a barrel.
Right.
We'll bring it back out. So August 31st is Saturday. August 29th, get your final prediction.
Okay.
Got a month. Deal?
See how sweet the Kool-Aid gets?
Indeed.
All right, I dig it.
One more time, 10, 15, 20 sale. How and where can people take advantage?
So mix and match any 3 wines, save 10%. Any 6 wines, save 15%. Or any dozen wines, save 20% at the OG Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South. And it ends Sunday. So it's time to get in there and take advantage.
Couple days left. Kevin, as always, appreciate you for coming in. Thank you.
Thank you, fellas. Take care.
We'll go to break. More Old School on the other side.
You're listening to Old School with DP&J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium, Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Husker fans, get ready for another thrilling season at Hibner Stadium with the reigning Big Ten champion Nebraska soccer team. Season tickets for the 2024 season are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to support the Huskers as they go head-to-head with some of the top teams in the country, including Oklahoma State, Penn State, and Duke. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and maybe the biggest savings in the Midwest are happening right now at Koppel. When you buy a new GMC or Chevrolet anywhere else, you might be paying too much. But right now, we're going to give you over $10,000 off list or 1.9% APR on select new Chevrolets or GMCs. So please give us a shot before you buy anywhere else. Please stop in the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Must trade and finance with approved credit.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through July 28th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce New York strips for $7.99 each. All natural thick-cut bone-in pork chops for $1.99 per pound. Fairway's fresh ground pork sausage for $2.99 per pound. And Michelob Ultra 24 packs for just $16.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Hay season is a race against time. Win that race with an all-new 1 Series round baler from Landmark Implement. The all-new John Deere 1 Series round baler is a revolutionary leap in baler technology that captures near real-time moisture and weight data that can be analyzed through Operations Center to improve your bale quality and farm efficiency. Are you ready to upgrade your hay equipment? Contact your local Landmark location for full details on the new 1 Series round baler and experience the Landmark difference.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Old School. Strick out the door, Kevin Meyer out the door. Appreciate those two fellas for sticking around for one of our favorite segments here at the Ticket Thirsty Thursday. Make sure you go check Uncle Kev out at 13th and South, part of Meyer's Cork and Bottle. Pick up a wine that'll pair perfectly with your meat from the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. 2 Lincoln locations, 1 Omaha location. Every type of meat and every type of cut. You pair Kevin Meyer's wine selection with your Mercado meat selection. Boom. Perfect night for, I don't know, maybe it's just you, maybe it's you and the wife, maybe it's you and the wife and the kids, your spouse and the kids, whoever, whatever, you know what I'm saying, right? Get to the Mercado, title sponsor of Old School. Really appreciate them for their support of the show. And Kevin Meyer, Meyer's Cork and Bottle, he comes in every Thursday. Love our friends, love our sponsors, appreciate everyone who, helps 93.7 The Ticket get the word out about all the great stuff going on here in the 402. Speaking of 402, 4645685 is the number. You can text if you have anything on your mind related to Nebraska football at Big Ten Media Days, the Nebraska basketball news that Gavin Griffiths is having wrist surgery. Before we get to the 5 o'clock hour and replay a conversation that our guys had with Troy Dannon out at Lucas Oil Stadium, some news in the recruiting world for Husker football. It's 2-part news. First part is that Nebraska's hosting a pair of 5-stars. One of them is Michael Terry III. He's the guy that I've talked to Brian Munson about quite a bit here on the show. 5-star athlete, top-rated athlete in the country, could play a bunch of different positions. So he'll be in town this weekend, and someone sent it to me, send it to us here on the text line. Yeah, 5124. Thanks for sending it. Dylan Raiola on Twitter and Instagram did something I don't know if I've ever seen done before. Dylan Raiola says, Husker Nation, let's welcome David Sanders home to Lincoln. Meet us outside the new Tom Osborne complex at 5:15 p.m. tomorrow. Calling all Husker fans, go Big Red. Also let you know when he'll be picking him up from the airport, if that's the sort of thing you're interested in. I have never in my life seen a player tweet to the fans and say, hey, show up at the stadium at this time for essentially a reception for a recruit. There's a lot of teams in the mix yet for David Sanders Jr. He's also visiting Tennessee. As soon as this Nebraska visit wraps up, he'll head out to Knoxville. Ohio State also in the race for David Sanders Jr. as well. But apparently, Husker fans, your presence is politely and formally requested outside the new football building at 5:15 tomorrow afternoon. Get off of work a little bit early. It's a Friday. Tell your boss that, hey, sorry, I got family business to attend to. Make your way down to Memorial Stadium. this is fascinating in a number of ways to me. First of all, that I don't know if I completely agree with tweeting out when and where you're picking a guy up from the airport from. Maybe not the way I would have gone about it. But I don't know if I've ever seen a player on a team tweet out, hey, we're coming by the stadium to kick off this official visit at this time. Be there or be square. Here's a reception for this guy. I love playing into the Nebraska fan base, right? I think that's a very smart move. How many other fan bases would rally to a stadium and see a guy that doesn't even play for their team? It's one thing if it's an A-list celebrity, but this is a 5-star offensive tackle in David Sanders Jr., who, yeah, is highly regarded, is well thought of in the recruiting rankings, but he's not even like a former player. He's not like nationally famous in any, big picture sense. He's just a 5-star lineman. I say just a 5-star lineman like that wouldn't be a big get for Nebraska. But what other fan base in college football would possibly respond to a tweet like this from the presumptive starting quarterback in Dylan Raiola? I don't know. It doesn't sit perfectly right with me that he would tweet all this out, but it's certainly a bold gamble and a gambit. So I guess Husker fans, the point of this segment, this tweet is that ball's in your court. You want David Sanders Jr. to anchor the Nebraska offensive line for, not this year, but the 3 years after this. Hey, here's your chance to make an impact. Okay, sure. NIL exists. You can give to 1890 and the collective. You can buy your season tickets for the athletic department or whatever. But this might even go further than making a donation. Now, obviously, it's not a given that if you show up that you're going to land the commitment. Well, guess what? Matt Rule talked about that as much over the last couple days, right? He said something to the effect of, I can spend 50 hours recruiting this one player. I can sit in his living room. I can meet his parents. I can get to know his family, get to know him as a young man. And then at the end of the day, it can come down to one little thing that may or may not be in our control. It can come down to, a last minute change of heart decision. And all that time goes to waste. Well, it's not really to waste, right? Because you got yourself in the conversation. You got yourself in the door with these players. And of anyone probably at this station, I've been, maybe the most critical of just getting a foot in the door. It says something it doesn't say a lot, right? Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades sort of thing. It's great that Nebraska's in the conversation for these guys, but you got to start landing some of them. And I don't think I'm alone in making that point, because if all you want to do is almost land guys or be in the conversation for guys, and that's all you ever are, you're not going to be better than what you've been. I don't know if I love Nebraska going after all these high tier athletes. It feels like sometimes they use Nebraska for clicks and for attention. I don't know these young men. I don't talk to them. I don't have my boots on the ground like, these recruiting insiders do. But part of me worries that Nebraska's in the conversation with some of these guys simply for the social media following, the clicks, the clout, whatever it might be. Now's a chance to change that. You landed Dylan Raiola. I don't care what advantages Nebraska had over Georgia, over Ohio State, over USC, and whoever else was involved in Dylan Raiola's recruiting process. You still landed him. You found a way. Maybe you had to sell your soul. I don't know. I don't know what went into, officially getting Dylan Raiola to sign his national letter of intent, to get him to campus, to see him in the spring game. I don't know if it's going to last more than this year. I don't know if it's going to last 2, 3, 4 years. Who knows? But the point of this conversation is that you did land him, and that's a step in the right direction. You were in the conversation for Brandon Baker, offensive lineman last year. You were in the conversation, the first guy on Carlin Jones out of Texas that ends up at Ohio State after decommitting. You were in on and even had the commitment from Kawan Lacey, running back who ends up going to, I believe it was Mizzou. Okay, if you're in the conversation, cool, maybe that's a step in the right direction, but it can't be everything. As fans, I can't tell you what to do. I don't want to tell you what to do. What you do and how you're a fan is none of my business. But apparently tomorrow at 5:15 at the Tom Osborne Complex, the new football building, this is maybe the best opportunity you will ever have to directly impact a recruit's decision. So, Husker fans, if you want David Sanders Jr. to be a Cornhusker for years to come, put on a show. Respond to Dylan Raiola's tweet. Get yourself out to Memorial Stadium tomorrow and welcome David Sanders. If you don't care, you just hope Nebraska lands him. Hey, more power to you. Sit at home, see what happens. Just a new world in college athletics that we have a freshman, highly touted one, but still a freshman, tweeting out, hey, I'm picking this guy up from the airport at this time. Meet us at the stadium at this time for a reception. That's kind of wild to me. We'll track how this works. This is item one on the conversation with Brian Munson on Monday. I can tell you that much. We'll go to break, wrap up hour one of Old School in just a minute.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through July 28th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce New York strips for $7.99 each. All-natural thick-cut bone-in pork chops for $1.99 per pound. Fairway's fresh ground pork sausage for $2.99 per pound. And Michelob Ultra 24-packs for just $16.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies, and it will be hot. We'll see an afternoon high around 96. Tonight, mostly clear and mild with a low around 71. And tomorrow, we'll see more sunshine and another hot afternoon. High again around 96. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join us on Monday, July 29th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O to celebrate the company's 40th anniversary. Enjoy 40% off wings all day and your favorite sports talk hosts on air from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come hang with us for the 40th anniversary party on Monday, July 29th at the 68th and O Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $25.60 per hour, which grows to $30.12 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $34.51 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacations for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Kim with Midwest Bank. We know there is more to your business than numbers and spreadsheets. For us at Midwest Bank, the people who make up a business matter most. We believe in getting to know you and your business and providing customized banking solutions that help protect your business and help it grow. Schedule a free consultation with us today. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here wrapping up hour one of Old School on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I'm Austin Norman. Special guest in the building, Elena from the Upside Bar and Lounge. Welcome in.
Hi.
I feel like it's been a minute.
Yeah, about a month usually. It's about
Typically,
it's about that.
I feel like I haven't been in here with you for a while.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I guess because I usually do Fridays. You're not here on Fridays anymore? Or?
I'm usually here on Fridays.
Oh, okay.
I think I missed whatever the last UFC
Oh,
Friday was. So
gotcha. Yeah.
that's okay. You were also rocking the really cool shades there for a second. I thought
Yeah,
you were going to
sorry.
be like Big Baller and have
Well,
those on all segment.
So what's funny is I usually, they're my prescription ones too. So I forget and I can't tell that they're sunglasses and I completely think I just have my glasses on. So I do that quite often and people just think I'm doing it on purpose, but I'm not. It's accidental.
Hey, fair enough. All right. Well, I've been drinking on the shows. I was telling you got two more drinks in here, but you're telling me that at the Upside, 29th and Pine Lake, get your summer menu out. Talk people through your summer menu. What went into that? What's on it?
Yeah. So it came out a little late, but better late than never. And we have about 10 drinks on there. We've got anything from sangria, Aperol Spritz, one of my favorite ones. The Azalea is what I brought for you, the pink one.
Pink one, yes.
And it's got like Bombay gin in it, pineapple juice, grenadine, and lemon. And then the other one's the watermelon crawl, which is tequila and watermelon pucker with liquid ice. It's been really popular. It's really yummy. So.
Oh my gosh. I told you I thought I was going to like that Azalea. Yeah, you smell the pineapple right away.
Yep. So my bartender, who's actually working right now, she made that up. She's actually she's one of the best at making up drinks, and customers will come in and say, "Make me something." Like I don't care what it is, just make me a good drink, and she'll make something different every time. And then every once in a while, if they really like it, we'll and it works well with our menu for the season, then I throw it on there. So
that is summer in a cup. Yeah. It is cool. It is sweet. It is refreshing, not like overpowering. Are you headed back to the bar after this?
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell her thank you. This was absolutely incredible. This is part of the summer menu.
Yep.
Okay. And then you said this one was watermelon, and I'm going to hold this up in front of the camera there. This is blue. There's a little like purple tinge. Maybe that's just
that's the watermelon. So the blue is the liquid ice, and then the kind of purple is because the watermelon pucker is like a pink.
Oh, okay.
So.
I was worried that it was just like, hey, here's the red table with the blue, and I had my colors wrong.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm gonna give this one a shot. It's gonna throw me off again. Blue watermelon. I don't know how to process that.
Do you have you ever had liquid ice? It's like an energy drink. It's a blue raspberry.
Well, I have now.
Drink. Yeah, it's really good, and not a lot of bars have it. But there's a couple shots like Chuck Norris and stuff that require it that we have.
Wow. Okay.
So.
Your bartenders went 2 for 2 on these.
Awesome.
I get that blue raspberry right there. And then the watermelon like hits me late. Wow.
And the tequila, you can't even taste in it really.
No,
so it's kind of dangerous.
Kind of dangerous.
Okay, a lot.
Very.
And
very
you get the
dangerous.
energy from it too. So
True.
energy drink. So.
True. It is the end of a long day here. So if you're not looking to go to bed anytime soon, get to what is the blue one again?
Watermelon crawl.
Watermelon crawl at the Upside Bar and Lounge. Take me through the process of adding these new drinks to your menu. Like, how long does it take to get one on the menu? Like, how often are you and your staff trying and experimenting with new drinks?
We try to do a spring, summer, fall, winter. So each of the seasons. And like I said, this one took a little bit longer to get printed and get out, but it's out now. And I'm going to start working on the fall one like right now. And so honestly, what I do to try to get my brain going on them, I Google like great fall drinks. And then I kind of pick and choose, and then we start sampling and we tweak it a little bit, sometimes change the names. And then the bartenders will pop in and say, oh, I really like this drink. Or sometimes it's even a liquor that I really need to get rid of. So like, let's make a recipe with this in there. So.
Do you have people on staff that are like, oh yeah, everything's good, let's throw it all on the menu, and some who are super picky? Or is there a lot of like good discussion back and forth of like the big picture? Hey, this would be good on the menu. Let's save this one.
Yep. They help input, or like sometimes some of our drinks have like bitters in it. We have probably 15 different kinds of bitters: lime bitters, orange bitter, plum bitters. We have like tobacco bitters. We still haven't figured out how to use it, but and there's just fun things like that we use for old fashions. I mean, you can use in so many different drinks. And so like one of our drinks actually had I can't remember, maybe a cherry bitters in it, and it just something wasn't right about it. So my bartender Jace, he was like, you know what, can we try the plum? And I was like, let's do it, make it. And then now that's how we make it. So it worked out really well. A lot of them weren't like that before. They really just kind of beers, Jack and Cokes, and we just kind of slowly like learned together and kind of not too fancy, but not too much of a cocktail lounge, but we've got it there. So
makes sense. Again, the Upside Bar and Lounge, 29th and Pine Lake. And I was telling you, I appreciate the fact that you have menus to look at. Like I've done my fair share of drinking, to be fair, but I also just don't know like what things are called or what each place titles its drinks. I need a menu. I feel weird going out with like, professional drinkers or experienced drinkers. So I appreciate that you have just even that little something for me to hold and not feel like an idiot when I come in and order.
Ever since we started doing it, it's kind of fun because like even when I go to restaurants I've never been to, I want to see what they have. I want to try something different that I haven't had anywhere else,
Like,
so
what are you guys
nice.
proud of,
Yeah.
right? What
Yeah.
are you telling me I should get?
Yeah, and that's what great thing about menus, because they're different everywhere you go. Even if I get the drinks online, you probably haven't had it somewhere else, or if you have, great, but you might try something different. So it's fun. We just started doing it probably about a year and a half ago, maybe a year ago. It's been a good time. Like it's fun to sample and kind of just and learning how to mix different things together and how they go together, so and complement each other.
Sure. Of course, you're in here because UFC this weekend. Remind people what your deal is for UFC down at the Upside.
So we have all the UFC fights, unless they're like at like 2:00 in the afternoon or whatever, one of those like weird Dubai ones. So, but yeah, so we've got the one this Saturday, and no cover charge. We keep our kitchen open late too, so there's food all night. You can also bring in food. We don't really care. Yeah, and no drink specials though. We do get rid of the drink and food specials, unfortunately, but I don't charge a cover. So there you go.
Fair seems fair to me.
Yes. Yep. We're excited. And then also even tomorrow night we have karaoke. So it was a big weekend. Karaoke Friday, and that's at 9:30, and then and UFC fight on Saturday. And then next week I just decided that we are going to do the Crawford fight.
Nice.
So I want to plug that in there so people know. And we're not having a cover like we did the other Crawford fight, but we will do $10 to reserve per seat for tables and stuff like that, because I know a lot of people want to get there and have a seat. So
okay, how many people can you hold? How fast do people have to get on this for 2 weeks?
We hold just under 90. And
hey, get on it.
It can fill up. So yeah, so you can contact me on the website or Facebook or anything like that, and let me know if you're interested in getting some seats. So
perfect. The Upside Bar and Lounge, 29th and Pine Lake. Find your way down there this weekend, and of course next weekend. Bud Crawford, and obviously football season is going to be here before we know it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what the Huskers do this year.
You and 1.8 million, your closest friends.
Yes.
Just in this state. Elena, thanks as always for coming in.
Thank you.
We'll throw it to break. We'll be back with hour 2 of Old School here in just a minute.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Hi, it's Charlie Stone here again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear your lot is packed with new and pre-owned cars again. I know everyone would love to hear all about it. Please tell us all about it.
Thanks, Charlie. It's taken some time, but we have more than 150 new Hondas in stock right now with hundreds on the way, including over 30 new Ridgelines in stock right now. But we've been telling everyone now, Charlie, is it's really cool that someone can come in and look at a new Honda and drive away with it that day.
That's great. Like you said, it's taken a while, but now there are hundreds to choose from. How about pre-owned, Andy?
As always, Charlie, we have over 100 to choose from, all makes and models, with prices starting at under $10,000.
Well, maybe it's time. You come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Do you have a new address or phone number? Update your info with Powerline, LES's outage reporting system. Visit les.com/powerline or call 402-475-4211 to sign up.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies, and it will be hot. We'll see an afternoon high around 96. Tonight, mostly clear and mild with a low around 71. And tomorrow, we'll see more sunshine and another hot afternoon with a high again around 96. And meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Cheetos on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Old School with DP and J.
There's California money, and it's a different kind of money. Hollywood money just is spent differently because it's turned over and created so in full. And oh, by the way, it's the right kind of money when it comes to, because we're in the era now of name, image, and likeness. And the California schools have that better than everybody else.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
And it's pretty much just lettuce, tomato, mayo, and bacon. I mean,
That's
you don't need to do
DLT.
much more than that.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato. That's the crux.
This is groundbreaking.
That's the crux of the sandwich.
On the BLT.
That's the crux of it.
I never thought of it that way, but yeah, you're right.
But to have it,
What is the BLT?
what's the most
stand for?
important part is the bacon, the lettuce, and then the tomato.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Bree Fansteel, local race car driver. Join me and James Rowland every Sunday at 7 p.m. for The Finish Line, where we discuss off-road, on-road, and sometimes next-to-the-road racing on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Austin Norman with you inside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios here at 1040 O Street. Big thanks to the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese for their sponsorship of the show. Check them out. 2 different Lincoln locations, 84th and Havelock, as well as 30th and Yankee Hill. At 84th and Havelock location has Fired Up Friday. That's their Friday lunch special. Make sure you get down there from 11 to 2 and check it out. First come, first serve. Probably not an unlimited supply. You'll want to get there probably closer to 11 or 12 rather than 1:30 or 2. Again, 84th and Havelock. If you're up in Omaha, there's also a Mercado location at 168th and Maple. Big thanks to our guests in hour number 1, Kevin Meyer of Meyer's Cork and Bottle, as well as Elena from the Upside Bar and Lounge. I'm here solo. I mean, at least Strick drank with me the first segment. I worry that my coworkers don't like me. They're just trying to get me, loosened up, drunk on air, so I say something stupid, they can get rid of me. I don't know. But to prevent that from happening, we're going to play a replay. I think it's an important replay, though, all joking aside, with Troy Dannon. We were lucky enough to have him sit down with us at Big Ten Media Days. I was lucky enough to catch up with him right after he was hired by Nebraska, actually up in Corvallis. Talked to him ahead of the Nebraska-Texas A&M women's basketball game in the NCAA tournament. Saw him down in Stillwater as well, as Nebraska baseball was in NCAA regionals. But the crew was at Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Stadium. They had a chance to chat with Nebraska's athletic director. Here's that conversation.
Troy Dannon, thank you, first of all, for sitting with us. And finally, this is my first introduction to you. And I'm a fan of what you've put into play since you've been in Lincoln. And I'm impressed because this is different. Nebraska athletics is different. Nebraska football is different. We try to, I heard that when I moved to Lincoln, and I just kind of hemmed. I hear that everywhere I am. You now have been here, and now you're the leader and the captain of this ship. If I asked you specifically and directly, what is Nebraska football to you? What would you say?
Well, the thing I thought coming in is probably manifesting itself to be true. And that is, in a lot of ways, Nebraska football is Nebraska. It defines the state. The state defines itself. A lot of people buy Nebraska football. And so the outcome matters because people want to feel good about themselves. They're going to feel good about themselves based on the outcome of what happens. I went to with the governor and the new president out to the Cattlemen's Ball. So there's 3,500, 4,000 people, way out in the panhandle. And all they want to talk about is Nebraska football. And they do and they don't come, but they care so much about it because of the level of ownership. In this job, every place I've been, you try to create ownership. So people are invested in it. Well, there's no need to create ownership here. Everybody has it and everybody's invested in it. And so that's what makes it different. You can say we're the only Division I school, or you can say there's this, that. There's no pro sports teams. There's no pro sports teams in a lot of states. The ownership and how much and the passion people carry for the university. I told somebody, the one thing I'm going to start talking more about internally in the department, having been here 4 months now, is how important it is we do everything right. Winning's one thing, and we'll win, but we're representing a lot of people, and they don't want to be embarrassed, and they own this, and so we got to remember who we're representing too and what we do.
See, that's hitting the layup, because the people who tune in, they're on the stream, they're on our text line, they're all over our apps each and every single day because they care. And then you use the word that when it comes to Nebraska athletics and Nebraska fans, right is the word that's used most. And there's some importance to that. Winning is a byproduct of doing things right. And the fact that leadership uses that word and pushes it out there. Now, I'll ask you, on a historic day for the Big Ten Conference, that in adding USC and UCLA and Washington and Oregon to this media factory and this conglomerate of football superheroes, how big of a day is this for the Big Ten Conference in your mind and for Nebraska?
Well, Matt and I hadn't heard him say it before, but he said the Big Ten is the NFL. We're coast to coast. We've got every climate, we've got everything. And if it wasn't already a national conference, it sure is now. And, there's good and there's bad with that, for, travel and everything else. But, you're getting talked about in the greatest media markets every day across the country. The focus, just use Nebraska. There would have been no cause in Los Angeles for anybody to pay attention to Nebraska or focus on Nebraska. Guess what's going to happen now? Mm-hmm. And so, one, it's our brand, it's our reach, it's our importance. And that goes back to people get their impressions of states based on their athletic teams.
I say that again.
So if you're in California and you've never been to Nebraska and you're not thinking about Nebraska and you got no cause to ever think about Nebraska, what happens when we go to the Coliseum and play this year is going to set people's impression and image of the state of Nebraska. And I go back to when I used to run the high school association a long, long time ago in Iowa. People's belief of a town was because of their sports teams. And if their sports teams won, people thought something different about that town than if their sports teams always lost. It just is what it is.
Yeah, a lot of truth to that.
And so it happens on a bigger macro level here too. So the West Coast, the West Coast doesn't necessarily look at the Midwest with an eye of love necessarily, but we're going to give them a chance to look at us with the eye of love. And that's up to us to prove.
They're going to love you because you do it right.
I'm sure there's been an acclimation process as you're coming here from Washington and just getting adjusted to everything. How has that acclimation process been for you? And how do you feel the reception has been so far since you've joined us?
The acclimation process actually, growing up in Iowa and living in the Midwest my whole life, in some ways it's adjusting back to what is normal and what we've always known. Mm-hmm. And I'd been away from my family for 9 months. So, getting acclimatized in the house was also pretty important. Mm-hmm. But people, I came in at a situation where people were a little shaken and stunned and surprised and worried. And there'd been leadership changes at the university. I have not found one obstacle that is self-imposed. And we talk about alignment all the time. I suspected, I heard a lot about the alignment's not this, the alignment's not that. Alignment is everybody wants the same thing. Mm-hmm. And true alignment is my job is to get everybody on the right road to get to it. And everybody gets on these roads, right? And I want this flag, but they get on roads going over here and over here. My job is to get everybody focused on this is the road we need to be on and here's why. And I have found that the alignment is better than I ever could have expected it to be, from the governor to the board of regents to everybody on campus and inside the system. So I've been pleasantly surprised. Now I joke, I haven't been there during a loss, unbeaten after 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't seen maybe the negative side come out with passion. It comes and it's a part of it. But so far, I've been able to get a really good leadership team built. There were a couple of vacancies, and then I ended up creating a couple of vacancies. But I've got a really good group built who have experiences at schools like Nebraska, who have experiences some of the Big Ten. So we kind of understand a lot of this is understanding what other people are doing and why, and how does that apply or does it not apply. And so what made Nebraska great, there's that part of it, but there's also what's making Ohio State great today. How do we inject a little bit of that into what makes Nebraska great? So I think I got the right people around, and like everything else, and this goes back to just the Nebraskans, people define every success that ever happens. And I think the people are in place to have great success, starting with the head ball coach.
All right. You may have just answered this question, but I want to ask it anyways. And like you said, you're undefeated to this point when it comes to football here at Nebraska. But I heard you say in your introductory press conference, I've heard you say a couple times since, and you mentioned it a few minutes ago, we're going to win here at Nebraska.
Yes.
What makes you so confident that we're going to win here at Nebraska?
Every place that wins, there's 4 cornerstones: facilities, fans, coaches, and the kids. And if those 4 cornerstones are in place, it will support success. You can have success without one of those things, but eventually it teeters and falls and collapses. So how can you build sustainable success? Well, our facilities are second to none.
Oh, my goodness.
We've
That's
got
the
work
truth.
to do, but our facility, and that goes back generations of athletic directors have always done it right. So we've got the facilities. We've talked about the fans, that we've got the asset in alums and fans who care about things happening, and not just fans who want to give money, but fans sitting in the legislature, fans sitting in places that can do things to make sure they help the university succeed. Facilities, fans, coaches. I would tell you, I'm a believer in Matt for a lot of reasons, but I'm a believer having been around our head coaches now. We have an embarrassment of riches in our head coaches. People don't realize how good Justin St. Clair is. We have one of the best track and field coaches in the country, and sometimes we don't think about, but when you have coaches like that across the board, they all feed off of one another. And so for me, the coaches don't work for me. I work for the coaches, and you want coaches that you trust to say, I got to have X, Y, and Z, or I need this type of support or that type of support in order to have success. And we've got those across the board. And then going back to the kids, which is the most important part. You can have the other 3, and if you don't have the kids, and I say kids because I just had my 50th birthday yesterday now, so everybody's a kid.
Happy birthday.
But our athletes across the board, Matt talked about grades today. We've got athletes who care. They care about winning socially. They care about winning academically. They care about winning in every way. Just incredibly, when I say good kids, I don't see cancers. I don't see people who are going to be obstacles to get in our own way of success. The level of talent is high, and from how I see Matt, it's only going to get higher. So when I keep talking about we're going to win, those 4 cornerstones, they're either rock solid in place or we're building into them right now. So I feel very secure in that. And this is my 4th job. It's my last job. It's a place where our kids are 11 and 10, right? They're going to go through school. They're going to grow up. This job's 90 hours a week. I don't want to go someplace, work 90 hours a week, and then not win. It ain't fun.
Yep.
And it's not, and I say we have 350 people working in the department. We all have that attitude. We all want to win.
It's special. We're talking to Nebraska Athletic Director Troy Dannon, and a big part with alumni like Adam Carricker, Amon Green, Jay Foreman, who love you and are actively supporting you, to have the young men, you talk about the young people, Chancellor Brewington recently wearing the jersey and decide, you know what, I want to be one of the voices that shares the good of Nebraska football, athletics, and academics. Through all of this, NIL and transfer portal have become a part of it, and Nebraska has been active in it. 93.7 The Ticket has been active in supporting, and I want to be public in this. And I want to say to you, we're going to help University of Nebraska athletics. We're going to provide opportunities for student athletes. We're going to provide opportunities for folks who support the program financially to reap some benefit from it from a media and advertising perspective. And I want to give that to you publicly. So for transparency's sake, everybody knows when I say I'm about it, I'm absolutely about it.
And I appreciate that. And I will say, and I've said this a lot, when people ask me, hey, how was your interaction with X or Y, or what do you think of this or that? Are they helping us win? If they're helping us win, they're on my team. If they're not helping us win, they're not on my team. And it's as simple as that. And how it works, and we'll use 93.7. You're there to help us win. Well, the next guy, you're going to help get somebody on board to also help us win. And then when we're all together, that synergy, that's when it's really going to happen.
18 hours a day, what we do is we root and we cheer and we support. And then there are those times where there's that other thing other than winning that shows up and we have to report it. But we also say, listen, if I've got you down the street and you have the freedom to walk in and speak your absolute truth anytime you want, 18 hours a day, it's an open microphone for you to deliver a message, to deliver the narrative, change the conversation, and to support the young people and this coaching staff.
Well, I just talked to some of the other media that were here, the writers, and I said something that I think is really important about what we need to do, and that is, it's a track analogy, but our job is to run really fast in lane 4 and do everything we can to prepare ourselves to be the best we can in lane 4. Sometimes lane 3 is going to beat us, and sometimes there's nothing we can do about it. Sometimes we just didn't run real well, but we can't control lane 3. We need to really focus on lane 4 and make sure that every time we get to the starting gate, we're ready to do and perform at our highest of levels. And ultimately, when you control the controllable, the outcome comes with it.
There's beauty in that. We've been asking everybody who sat down today, what would define success to them this season? And it's about that. But you can speak on a broader term about the athletic department. What defines success? What is that to you?
Well, it depends on the person and how it's being measured. I've got people on campus that are going to look at my books and tell you whether we had a successful year or not financially, right? I've got faculty who's going to look at the grades and say you did things right. It was a great year. That don't care if you win or lose. Most of the fans, success is defined by whatever the scoreboard says. So you got a lot of different constituents, a lot of people to please, right? And so there is no one thing. That's why I said I want to win at everything. And winning, if you don't have success, if you don't win, and I understand, I'll tell Matt, I'm going to go 12-0, right? And then see what happens. All right, then
that'll be the quote.
Then it's 11. Then it's 11-1.
That's the only thing we're going to use for this.
It's 100%.
If there's anybody that doesn't want to go 12-0, show me.
Yeah. But that's where I get in trouble because I say that's the ideal.
Yeah, that's the ideal. And then 11-1, and then 10-2, and it is what it is. I want to have as much. But when you ask me how will I define success, if we are 6-6 at the end of the year. But I have been around this long enough to know whether we're 6-6 and moving or we're 6-6 and falling. And you've been in locker rooms, at Tulane in year 6 for the head football coach, we went 2-10. But then we were followed in year 7. Most places would have fired the coach, right? Year 7, we win the Cotton Bowl, beat USC in the Cotton Bowl. We stuck with it. Why? Because we're 2-10. The locker room's together and tight. Everybody's still working. There's no heads hanging. Everybody's, you can call it snake bit. You can, things happen. And when you play the game and you're in the locker room, you understand that. But you also know when the locker room's still together, when they still support the coaches, and the coaches aren't turning on the kids. And so sometimes I'll get to see things to where I will think, if we're not having success, then let's talk about why. And can it get better tomorrow? And if it can't get better tomorrow, if we're not constantly trying to improve, right, that's the problem. But you'll know, because you know the locker room, you know the guys, you know the attitude, you know what's happening. And so however many games you win, I've been around places where you win 9 and it doesn't feel like it's a successful season. And there's more work to be done in the offseason after you won 9 than there was after you won 6 the year before.
Chancellor, you had, the most recent Husker,
right,
and a new athletic director. What, from a student athlete, from somebody who cares about Husker Nation and about all of this, Scarlet and Cream, what would you have to ask or say to?
I have one question. So obviously we got commissioners, coaches, players. They're all leaders, right? And we were talking previously about what leadership means. What does leadership mean to you?
If putting others in a position to succeed. If you at the end of the day, will my tenure be defined as successful or not? It will depend on whether I have put others in a position to succeed. If you ever do something to put yourself in a position to succeed at the expense of others, you'll fail. So getting a really good team of people and then empowering them. And if there's 350 people in the department, every one of them knows their job better than I know their job.
Right.
And my job is really to get them on the road, right? And to get them singing out of the same hymnal, and to be critical and to ask questions, but empower them to do what their expertise in their job is. And that's leadership. And I think if you look at coaches, my job in some ways, I'm coaching 350 people that work in the department, right? But if you look at coaches, the coaches who are the best leaders, they adapt to the talents and skills of those around them. They don't come in and say, we do this and you shall fit into this hole, this peg into this hole. It's the opposite. They figure out what these pegs are and they shape the hole to depend on what the pegs are that they have around them. And everybody's a little bit different from year to year. That's what the greatest leaders do. And from being around a lot of great coaches, those are the leadership lessons I think I got. How do you get the most out of everybody? Sometimes you may need kicked in the butt and you may need kissed on the cheek, but you got to figure out the people that are around you, what you need, what they need to get the most out of them so you can put it all together. That's leadership.
Awesome. We've talked about a lot of things from leadership to definition of success to acclamation, things of that nature. I want to pop a question out there about expectations. For those, specifically when it comes to football, for those who define, which is a lot of people, like success and expectations by wins and losses. I feel like this is a team that hasn't been to a bowl game in 2016. I don't enjoy bringing that up. The fact is what it is. But my point is there's like an expectation of 6-6 bowl game. That's like bottom of the barrel for this year. We should be 7-5, 8-4, possibly more, especially with not overly intense first 7 games to start the year. What are your thoughts? What's your reaction? What do you say to like those who are like, oh, we got to be 8-4 this year, or I don't feel good about it, or at least 7-5?
Well, for one, when I evaluate coaches, one of the things I tell them, I ask them at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year, put together, tell me what you should see, what I should see competitively. And if their expectations are lower than mine, then we have a problem. We both have a problem. So whatever anybody's expectations are, one, they got to understand every dude in that locker room and every coach on that staff has higher expectations than they do. Trust me. So what I tell everybody is whatever you think and whatever you hope, trust me. Everybody in that locker room, everybody on that staff, everybody whose career rides on whether they win those games or not, their expectations are higher than yours. And if it gets to the point where they're not, then we're all in trouble. That's when you see changes happening, right? So my response to everybody is I appreciate every expectation you have. Trust me, mine's higher.
Would you please, and again, I'll thank you in advance for coming in, sitting with us and sharing insight and energy because it's necessary and that's what good leadership does. But I'll ask you to leave Husker Nation with something from Big Ten Media Days from Troy Dannon to go forward until opening night.
We had dinner last night with 3 guys, and I haven't had a chance to really be around the players much. I walked out of that meeting. I went back to my room, texted my wife, and I said, there was a lot of reasons why I thought we were going to win, but being around those guys last night, we got winners. And so rule number one to win, you got to have winners. And we have winners. Just great kids. And I go back to those 4 cornerstones. You know, we can have all 3 of those other ones, but that 4th one, our athletes, they'll define everything. And those guys last night, the other people I've gotten to know a little bit in the locker room, getting to know the young quarterback coming in, we've got a room full of winners. And, you know, one thing coach has done a really good job of is build that room full of winners. And when you have winners, you'll win.
I think that is the move.
I like it.
Put it on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt. Thank you. Winners win.
Winners win. No,
go.
serious deal. Congratulations. Good luck forward and up. I know that those are the 2 things tied to everything.
No, and I really appreciate it. And we haven't had a chance to meet and talk, but I appreciate what 93.7's done, and I'm well aware of it, been made well aware of it, and so your support of the Huskers is not unnoticed.
It's why we're here, and it's why we do what we do. It matters, it is important, and it's good.
I appreciate
and as you said, it's right.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Troy Dannon.
Thanks.
Husker Athletic Director.
With us here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll throw it to break. When we get back, I don't know if you guys understand just how ridiculous Bobby Witt Jr. is. And we'll also talk about some other Royals. Bob and the boys next on Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies, and it will be hot. We'll see an afternoon high around 96. Tonight, mostly clear and mild with a low around 71. And tomorrow, we'll see more sunshine and another hot afternoon. High again around 96. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11. Located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from a program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Tito's on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Join us on Monday, July 29th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O to celebrate the company's 40th anniversary. Enjoy 40% off wings all day and your favorite sports talk hosts on air from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come hang with us for the 40th anniversary party on Monday, July 29th at the 68th and O Buffalo Wings and Rings. Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
The next generation of Huskers starts now. Join the official Kids Club of Nebraska Athletics today to score access to select home games, a discount at the team store, and endless Husker spirit. The free JV team gets you started with a game credential. Upgrade to the $35 Little Huskers membership for a welcome box and VIP Little Huskers experiences. Fuel your Husker spirit. Join the Kids Club today at huskers.com/Kids Club. Go Big Red.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No DP, no J. They ought to be back from Indy tomorrow, which, by the way, if you're on stream, thanks to Starter Human Jewelers. Hey. Colts hat on. Colts t-shirt on. Colts open training camp today. Jay's going to be salty when he gets back. He's not going to love having spent so much time at Lucas Oil Stadium, but hey, that's all right. Jay and I have a little something going on the side. There's one thing that Jay can do that will get me to make exactly 0 Houston Texans jokes at his expense throughout the course of the season. Jay knows what that deal is. And here's the thing. I am basically immune to Colts jokes. I know they are basically the NFL's most mid-franchise, but I love them dearly and will be rooting for them. I am Austin Norman, and you know that if you tune into a show with me, you are also liable to get some Kansas City Royals chatter. It's not hard for me to talk about them, and it's especially easy when Bobby Witt Jr. is doing MVP stuff that hasn't been seen for 30, 40 years in a Kansas City Royals uniform. So as of a couple days ago, Bobby Witt Jr., 12 for his first 15 at the plate coming out of the All-Star break, including homering in his first at bat after competing in the home run derby. So take that, MLB home run derby curse. Among those 12 hits, 5 went for extra bases, 6 runs driven in. He scored 7 times. I believe he's 16 of 23. After last night's game, Royals dropped the series to the Diamondbacks in wildly disappointing fashion. A 4-3 lead headed to the 9th. Blown call by the umpire that James MacArthur could not recover from. He allows 5 runs. The Royals rally for 2 in the 9th, but ultimately dropped the deciding game 8-6. They'll welcome in the Chicago Cubs for their next series. But no fault of Bobby Witt Jr.'s. He remains the best player on the team. Bobby was just a single shy of the cycle a few nights ago. He tripled in his first at bat. He doubled in his second at bat. He hit a homer in his third at bat, and that was only the 4th inning. And then tempers flared. His 4th at bat of the game, he got plunked up and in with like a 92, 94 mile an hour fastball of some sort. I haven't seen Salvador Perez that fired up in a long time. And then Bobby dropped his hands a little too quick, flew out to right. So he ends a single shy of the cycle. Would have been the first one for the Royals since 1990. And you can probably guess who did it. Yeah, George Brett. Still the last Royals player to hit for the cycle. Whit Merrifield got close. Bobby Witt Jr. got close. But speaking of George Brett, there's some really interesting names when you look at, the top of the Royals wins above replacement single season leaderboard. George Brett owns the 3 best seasons in Kansas City Royals history. 1979 and 1985 are tied at 8.3 wins above replacement. He played 154 and 155 games in those 2 seasons. Of course, in 1985, helping lead My beloved Kansas City Royals, hopefully your beloved Kansas City Royals too, the World Series crown, beating the St. Louis Cardinals in the I-70 series. 85 for George Brett, 665 plate appearances. He batted .335 with a .436 on base percentage, slugged .585, 184 hits, 30 home runs, drove in 112 runs as well. But his best season was also his season that got cut short. 1980 George Brett, in 117 games, compiled 9.1 wins above replacement. That's basically 3/4 of a season that he put up 9 wins above replacement, and that's MVP level if you play 162 games. If you extrapolate that out, George Brett ends his season at like 12 wins above replacement, which is one of the greatest seasons of all time. So on any per game basis, there was no one more valuable in the league than George Brett. 515 plate appearances. Of course, in 1980, he made the chase to hit 400. He was there at some point in August, I believe, before dropping off just a little bit. And I listened to a podcast with, was it John Heyman? I think it was Road to Cooperstown podcast. And it wasn't any of the end of the season series that the George Brett, laments for missing 400. It was a random series against a mediocre Seattle team where this one dude robbed him of like 3 or 4 hits. He ended up, I think, 4, maybe 5 hits shy of batting 400 on the year. Wasn't allowed to play in the last game to stay healthy for the playoffs. Of course, that 80 season, Royals make the World Series for the first time and lose to the Philadelphia Phillies and Mike Schmidt. Anyways, 9.1 wins above replacement in 117 games is ridiculous from King George. Well, Bobby Witt Jr. just became the first player in baseball to reach 7 wins above replacement. He had trailed Gunnar Henderson by just a little bit. Aaron Judge is having a monster year. Juan Soto in that conversation as well. Shohei Ohtani, we know what he's doing. I mean, he's been worth 5 wins with the bat alone, right? Which is ridiculous to think about. Shohei's not playing the field just as a designated hitter to be worth 5 wins and change in a first half is nuts. But again, according to Fangraphs wins above replacement, Bobby Witt Jr., the first player to reach 7 wins above replacement on the Royals all-time list. That would give him tied for the 8th best season in Royals history right now. So this was from Jake Eisenberg, would have been 2 games ago now. So 7 wins above replacement through 103 games. He would be tied with 1980 Willie Wilson, again, integral part of that run to the World Series. In 1976, George Brett. 1/10 of a win behind 77 George Brett, 2/10 behind 78 Amos Otis, about 3/10 behind 75 John Mayberry, and half a win behind 79 Darrell Porter. All those guys played in at least 139 games. Brett in 77, 139. Otis in 78, 141. So already, Bobby Witt Jr. is having a season that's top 10 in Royals history. Again, this is according to Fangraphs. I'm going to get Bobby Witt Jr.'s official counting stats pulled up here just so I don't speak out of turn or misspeak. Yeah, I mean, batting .344, he's neck and neck with Stephen Kwan, more contact-oriented hitter of the Cleveland Guardians, to lead the league in average. So yeah, he's played in all 103 games for the Royals, 451 plate appearances, 18 homers, 70 runs driven in, 23 stolen bases so far. Walk rate is the highest of his major league career. Strikeout rate is the lowest of his major league career. His batting average on balls in play is way up. And usually that would be a cause for concern. But with his speed, the way he gets out of the batter's box, the type of contact he makes, 380 is high, not necessarily flukishly high for a guy like Bobby Witt Jr. His ISO, which essentially is the purest measure of power, of 249, is the highest of his career. He's getting on base at a 390 clip, again, because he's walking that high average on balls in play. He's slugging 593. His weighted runs created plus of 168 is behind Soto. It's behind Judge. Those guys hit more home runs, more doubles than he does. But Bobby Witt Jr. has been worth 38.5 runs offensively and 14 runs defensively, giving him 7 wins above replacement. Bobby Witt Jr. is not only leading the league or top 3 in the league in batting average, but he's also the best shortstop in Major League Baseball defensively. according to outs above average. And I should have remembered that Fangraphs uses a lot of data and was going to crash my computer, so I can't pull up all the other stats. But point being, Bobby Witt Jr. is insane. Royals fans, it is a treat. It is a joy that he is locked up with Kansas City long-term thanks to the contract he signed this offseason. We'll go to break here in just a second, and I'm going to get these stats pulled up because Bobby Witt Jr. is having one of the best seasons by any player under the age of 25. Oh, Bubba, these are fighting words. I cannot believe you said that. Thank you for chiming in. No thank you for your words. I need a sec to figure out how I'm going to process what Bubba just said. We'll wrap up Old School after this.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. Are you or someone you love struggling with substance use? The Bridge Behavioral Health in Lincoln offers outpatient therapy for those 19 and over. The Bridge is conveniently located in the South Haymarket and near city bus lines. With payment options through insurance and a sliding fee scale, services are available for any adult 19 and over seeking help. Call 402-477-3951 to learn more or schedule your appointment today. The Bridge Behavioral Health is a local substance use treatment facility offering hope and a solid foundation for recovery through substance use treatment and behavioral health interventions.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Join us on Monday, July 29th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O to celebrate the company's 40th anniversary. Enjoy 40% off wings all day and your favorite sports talk hosts on air from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come hang with us for the 40th anniversary party on Monday, July 29th at the 68th and O Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA on Saturday, August 10th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 9 fights are scheduled for the night, including professional lightweight and welterweight bouts, and the main event of Donnie Bush versus Micah Washington in the professional welterweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the MMA fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies, and it will be hot. We'll see an afternoon high around 96. Tonight, mostly clear and mild with a low around 71. And tomorrow, we'll see more sunshine and another hot afternoon, with a high again around 96. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Looking for a place to host a one-of-a-kind private game day experience for your staff or clients? Courtyard Marriott downtown is just blocks from the stadium and steps away from all the fanfare. You'll enjoy use of an entire entertainment space, including outdoor courtyard, accommodations for 250 plus guests. Party starts 3 hours before kickoff, and they'll clean up while you go and enjoy the game. Call Courtyard Marriott at 402-904-4800 for more info or to book your pregame party today. Limited dates available.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bubba continues his just affront to... I'm taking this personally, Bubba. I'm taking this entirely personally. The part that I don't necessarily disagree with is your first text where you say Fangraphs isn't the only site out there. You're right. Fangraphs is not the only site. It's the one that a lot of bigger names will use Fangraph War before, for example, Baseball Reference War. Now I'm a Baseball Reference guy myself. So I like their numbers. And according to them, wins above replacement, it is Aaron Judge in front at 6.7, whereas Fangraphs has Bobby Witt Jr. at 7, Gunnar Henderson in second, and then Bobby Witt Jr. in third. All those guys separated by just 0.3 of a win above replacement. And Juan Soto not far back, just 2 ticks back of Bobby Witt at 6.2. But then in fifth, Jarren Duran of the Boston Red Sox. I mean, down ballot MVP guy for sure, leading the league in triples, 1 ahead of Bobby Witt Jr. for a somewhat surprising Boston Red Sox team that I don't think a lot of people thought would challenge for a playoff spot this year. But where you lose me is, Austin, you know it's true. The Royals always trade away their talent every year. That can't be true because the Royals don't always have talent, right? I lived through 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to get to 2013. Yes, they traded Greinke, they traded Johnny Damon, Saberhagen. Like, I get it. The Royals have been sellers much more often. But you're also a Yankees fan, Bubba, so you're also just used to buying. And even when the Royals haven't had that much talent, they haven't always sold what's available to them, right? They held on to Whit Merrifield for, God bless his soul, far too long. They needed to move him sooner to get value. Scott Barlow, reliever. They needed to trade 2 years before they actually did to get some value out of. And, God bless Salvador Perez. Love the guy. It's been a little bit of a resurgence, even though he's cooled off. But shoot, they should have either traded MJ Melendez or traded Salvador Perez. And they didn't do it. So maybe the Royals should trade more of their talent, but they are not trading Bobby Witt Jr. He is locked up for, at least the next 8 years, which is fantastic. Yes, Bubba, I did read the article that they tried to trade Salvi last year, and I think they probably should have, honestly. You have a lot of catching depth in your system in the minors. You have Freddie Fermin, who has been a surprisingly valuable player. I mean, a slow rise through the minors. He's been pretty solid, all things considered. You're not even playing Salvi at catcher every day now. You're kind of platooning him and Vinny Pasquantino at first base. The problem is, again, you should have traded Salvador Perez 4 or 5 years ago, not last year. It's been hard with that contract, but the Royals were hesitant to trade guys. Dayton Moore always had a line to the effect of, I want our fans to be able to, buy a shirt, buy a jersey, and not have it out of date within a year or two, which is an admirable concept, but also doesn't work well in building a team in practice all the time. So yeah, they probably should have traded Salvi before, but if this is going to be a contending team, maybe the best thing for Salvador Perez's Hall of Fame candidacy is making another playoff run or two with the Kansas City Royals. Couple last Royals points. First of all, MJ Melendez starting a rehab assignment tonight at Northwest Arkansas. Vinny Pasquantino has a new sandwich at Kauffman Stadium, and I am bummed I took my trip to Kansas City when I did because I missed the sandwich. It's a great trip. Appreciate the station and the Royals for hooking me up with tickets there. But I would have eaten this sandwich 4 or 5 times a game if I was there. They call it the Pasquich. The sandwich contains Italian beef. It's got cheese. It's got bacon. It's got a hash brown patty and giardiniera aioli on a buttered and grilled bun. Are you kidding me? Where has that been all my life? I might make a special trip to Kansas City just to go have this sandwich. The pictures look incredible. I love that it's a somewhat Italian sandwich named after Vinny Pasquantino. But of course, I do have to wrap up on Bobby Witt Jr. He is on pace for 10.7 wins right now, according to Fangraphs. But no way it's overrated. Come on. I mean, they haven't even released it yet. No way could you have tried it yet, so good try. But Bobby Witt Jr. on pace for 10.7 Fangraphs wins above replacement. For players 25 years old and younger, if Bobby Witt Jr. hits 10.7 wins above replacement, that is let's see here, that'd be the 9th best season by a player that young all time. Ahead of a Willie Mays season, 2018 Mookie Betts, 2012 and 13 Mike Trout, 1990 Barry Bonds, 1933 Jimmy Fox, and 1943 Stan Musial. The only players who would be ahead of Bobby Witt Jr. in Fangraph wins above replacement: Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Ted Williams, Mickey Mantle twice, Jimmy Fox, Rogers Hornsby, and Ted Williams. What a list. What company to keep. This show's flown by. It has been a blast. Everyone else should be back tomorrow. We should be back to regularly scheduled programming beginning at 6 o'clock in the morning with early break. Bubba, no, I mean, they should get rid of Torres, but that ain't happening. Good try in your dreams. Early break at 6, the drive at 8, captain at 10, Carricker, happy hour on the block, old school. Everything you're expecting tomorrow, including the corner 3 with me, Austin Norman. I'll bring that to you tomorrow. Some of the what ifs in Husker history and building a lineup with one player from each year of Fred Hoiberg. Put your lineup together, one player per year from Fred Hoiberg. We'll do that tomorrow night after old school on the corner 3. Big thanks to the Mercado, to Sartor Heyman Jewelers, to Allo, and all our sponsors here at the Ticket. Ticket Weeknights come up next. My partner, Eric Strickland, with We Talk Facts.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Husker fans, get ready for another thrilling season at Hibner Stadium with the reigning Big Ten champion Nebraska soccer team. Season tickets for the 2024 season are on sale now. Don't miss your